sent me an angel. Lord knows I'm thankful. Girl, you is a blessing. You, and I never wanna go one day without you. Every single night I pray.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I go by the name Tati. If you are new, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Today I am actually back with like mukbang. I got my Chick-fil-A, baby. I've been craving Chick-fil-A this whole quarantine, and I finally got it. So basically today's story time is gonna be well, I didn't even tell you what I got from Chick-fil-A. So basically what I got was some waffle fries, some ooh, I almost dropped it. I got some chicken tenders. They smell good. And then I got ranch, because if you know me, I love ranch with anything. Like, I eat ranch with anything. And where's my other sauce at? The one, so it doesn't matter. And I got Chick-fil-A sauce. So I never tried this sauce, so we're gonna see how it tastes. But basically today we're gonna be talking about my stroke that happened back in September 16th of 2019. So basically how ours started was I was perfectly fine. When I left the house, I was perfectly fine. I didn't feel any type of way. But I started to feel like tired at the end of the day. So it was around what, like 2 o'clock. I was in my 5th block and I had my head down and I was sleeping and the teacher had woke me up and I wasn't feeling good. So they started to switch classes. So as they switched classes, I get up to go to my assigned seat. And as I get up, I start feeling myself like fainting, like to my right. And I was like, what? So I sat back down and then I started hearing a ringing. It sounded like a fire drill, so I started hearing a ringing in my ear. So I was like shaking my legs so it could go away because I didn't know what it was. So I hurried up and got to my other seat. And everybody was trying to talk to me, but I couldn't respond. Like, there was no response coming out of me. So I called this girl over and I told her, I was like, I don't feel good and can you give me the garbage can? So she gave me the garbage and I started throwing up. So I told her to call security. So she called security. I started hyperventilating or whatever. I said, I don't know what's wrong with me, and I kept going in and out of consciousness. So the nurse came up and she brought a wheelchair up, and then they called my mom when we went downstairs to the office. So my mom was asking me what happened. I couldn't respond because my head was like, I can't really explain it. My head was like this, and it would go back, and then like my eyes would just roll back in the back of my head. So like I was just in and out of consciousness. So I just kept throwing up. So my mom, she took me to a hospital, and they got me in as soon as possible. They did a CT scan and they cleared it. Now when they did the CT scan, it came out that 5 parts of my brain, I think, was gray and the rest was white or something like that. And my mom could tell that something was wrong with my brain. But all they did was give me a migraine cocktail. Okay, this is editing me. So basically what a migraine cocktail is, basically like a whole bunch of medicines like ibuprofen and everything to make a headache or a migraine go away. But that clearly isn't what I had. But that's what they thought I had. So I kept vomiting and sleeping, and then the next day I couldn't go to school, so I didn't have nothing left for me to throw up. So at this point I'm throwing up bio. Bio is basically bacteria. It's like feces. So it's like green. So I was like, Mom, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I don't feel right. I need to go to the hospital. So she's on the phone with plenty of doctors and everything. And they're trying to get me in that Wednesday on the 18th. And I was like, no. So that just whole day, I was just going by just throwing up and sleeping and throwing up and sleeping. So on Wednesday, no, later on like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I had to use the bathroom, so I couldn't walk. So my stepdad had took me downstairs, and I threw up all over the floor. So then that's when my mom was like, okay, we need to take her to the emergency room right now. So she took me to the emergency room or whatever. They got me in ASAP. I don't really remember what they did first, but I think they gave me a lot of medication, and nobody really knew what was going on with me. So I guess that night was just nobody really slept. A lot was going on with me. And Wednesday comes around, and I think in the morning, my favorite cousin comes to the hospital, and they ordered me food, and I was trying to eat it, but I couldn't. It wasn't going down, so I started to cry, and I was like, Mom, it's not going down, like something is wrong with me. So she then told me, so that's when the doctors had came in and was telling my mom like all this stuff about what happened with me. I think before that happened, I had an MRI and they did CT scans, and that's when the imaging came back, and that's when like the imaging of my brain came back and it was not clear. Like there was obviously something wrong with my brain. So they were basically explaining to my mom what was wrong, what they found in my brain, and my mom just like broke down in tears, and she was just screaming like why not me, like why not take me instead of my child. So that's when they were basically talking to her, and she had called. I think my favorite aunt had left and have seizures and stuff like that. A lot of our families have like a lot of health issues and stuff like that, so she was like calling her sister so she could explain it better to her so she would understand it. So anyways, so she called my aunt or whatever, and she called my aunt, and mom was basically like telling her like everything's gonna be okay, da da da. So I had to have surgery in my head, in my brain. I guess to take something, I don't know what they did in my brain, but basically what they did was hold on, let me put this down. I'm gonna explain it to y'all. Basically what they did right here, I got like a piece of my hair like right here. It's not all the way grown back yet. Like you could see it because it's not grown back all the way. But basically what they did was they drilled like a hole in my head, and they drilled a hole in my head and put stitches, or put like a drainage tube or whatever. So it has to be level, so they couldn't like move me or anything. So before like the surgery happened, basically family was there, and I was just crying. I didn't know what was going on or anything, and I'm gonna insert pictures of like the surgery and everything. So once the surgery happened, I had lost my voice. My voice converted to like a 5-year-old voice, like a baby voice. My voice was very like high-pitched, squeaky. It was so annoying and so like I hated it. I didn't like it. So then honestly, to be honest with y'all, I couldn't like see anything. Like I was so out of it that like when I opened my eyes, it would be like nothing but blurry. You know how like in movies, like they wake up in hospitals and stuff and it's like blurry? That's how I was. Like it was really weird. So I remember being in the bed, and I think my favorite cousin was behind them, and my mom was behind them, and she was like, my mom was like, we're gonna be right behind you, baby, don't worry about it, you're gonna be okay. So then I just started crying. Like I was like, Mom, I'm scared. Like I never had surgery in my life, so I was just scared. I was like, oh my god. so I was crying or whatever. So they did surgery on me, and I got out, and I remember seeing my brother, all my brothers, my cousins, everything just right there next to me. And I remember seeing my grandma, my dad, and everything. So then, after I lost my right hand, as if you can see, like, it's like not as back to normal, but like you could tell like the difference, because with my right hand it's like less strength in my hand, and so I lost that. I couldn't walk as good as I would. I didn't walk as good as I would. I couldn't really talk. If you guys noticed that, like, when I say certain words, I have a lisp or slurs. That happened from the surgery, because a lot of just after the surgery, like, my speech changed. So after my stroke, I had to have speech therapy, I had to have physical therapy and occupational therapy. I really don't tell people a lot of this, because either people don't understand, they take it as a joke, but this is my life, and this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. And I do now suffer from anxiety, depression, and PTSD from that event and an event prior to that. But yeah, when I was in the hospital, I was in such a dark place and in such a dark hole, and it was so like hard for me to get out of it. Like, and I'm definitely better than I was before. I got my family with me. It means everything. Like, just being in that event is just like so scary. Like, yeah, I don't even understand. But I overcame it. I fought it. You usually don't heal from a stroke for 6 months to a year. And I just hit my 6th month in March, on March 16th. It was 6 months. And I'm doing way better than I was, because I was so like, when I was in the hospital, I would just sleep. I would sleep and eat. I had really bad memory. I couldn't communicate. I couldn't understand as much. And just now, I'm way better. I'm way healthier. My right hand is actually coming back, like it's more better than it was. Because my hand was like, my right hand was like this. Like, I used to have bad tremors in my hand. And like, I used to cry to my mom, like, Mom, I just want to be normal again. Like, I just want to be normal. And I never wanted to go to school, because I just felt like I'd be so different from the other kids, and other kids would not understand anything that I was going through. But basically, my hand was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you see how like it was shaking now? Compared to this hand, like it was shaking. It was way worse than that. But now I'm on medication for tremors and stuff like that. But it was really, really bad. When I got back home, I just had a lot of physical therapy, speech, occupational therapy. I had to use a shower chair because my balance was really, really off. I didn't have a good balance at all. When I walked down my stairs, I had to hold on to somebody, or somebody had to be in front of me, just in case if I was to fall. I didn't really have to use a wheelchair, but people like made me use a wheelchair, because like, well, at my school I had to use a wheelchair. Everywhere else I didn't have to use a wheelchair, except for the other hospital, because the hospital was so big and I couldn't walk in it. And my school is really big, and all their stairs I couldn't do it. So for me to go to school, I had to use the elevator and the wheelchair. it felt really different. People just don't understand it still. And I know I'm strong. Like, I am so strong because I overcame that. And I never thought, like, I thought I would be stuck for the rest of my life. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, I used to cry to my mom every single day and be like, I'm not going to be normal. I'm not going to be the same. Like, just telling her all these type of things. And she was like, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up. And 3 months that I struggled in the most was November, December, and January. Those were the 3 months that I put myself through the most. Like, I was terrible through those months. And I'm just better. I'm just changed as a person. Like, that opened my eyes so much to like the world, and you know, like me losing my life. I could have lost my life in that bed, and that scares me. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, having just that fear. But I don't know if I really missed any parts of my stroke. Or you guys could always text me and ask me more information about the stroke that you want to know. I don't really mind telling people what I struggle with still. I don't mind because it's my life. Like, it's something that I got to deal with for the rest of my life. So, you know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it. Subscribe. I don't know if my comments are disabled, but if they aren't, comment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Never had the chance to feel this before.